What brings you here, traveler?
My allies and I are in Persia.
Then you and the others. Mount Calf has seen its share. Beware, warrior.
I've seen my share of...
Even the most determined of... It's unique. Just know that each one...
I'll make good use of this.
Welcome. Welcome. Well...
Artaban.
Sargon. Varum Suan. As for me, my mind is playing trick.
Artaban.
I'm not giving in just. After all, if... Let's warm up and the base. Practice doesn't make. Get in position. Very well. Since you propel at close range, an airborne enemy.
Perfect to crip.
Remember that if you want to keep your this doesn't. Do you remember what I told you about
An airborne enemy cannot retaliate until they're back.
Let's go over your upward. Use them to hit targets above you. A word of warning. Using the same upward attack twice in a row will lessen its effect. You can also use an upward attack in a fighting combination. Following through with your attack. Remember, Rashaba. Now then, the forward slide.
Closing the dish.
Now let's combine everything. Vary your upward.
I understand.
Now for a specialty.
I'm always ready.
You know about mid-air combinations, but there are... You cannot chain attacks after this move. Alternatively, you can aim at enemy.
Now that's a new way to live.
You can send the enemy up even higher with aerial combination. This technique is valuable. You can save on time or throw your foe towards environment. Should you see a use for it, you can also send them.
If I rush to the ground afterwards, I can maintain my...
For that, you know...
Huh.
Sargon.
Athra flows through as much as weapons are the extent...
Precisely. Athra can be channeled. Athra-charged attacks have several advantages. They can be... Look at you. You've come a long way since I met you. Now then, focus your Athra.
Right in between moves.
You see that? Its effect, and if they do not break, they will... Are you also able to...
I've practiced the technique to crush targets.
Perfect. These, with proper training, Athra. No fighting style rules above all. Knowing your opponent's strengths is... Take massive opponents, for example. They react differently to upward attacks.
My strikes knocked them back, but they're too heavy for me to lift them off the ground.
Worse still, some opponents can ignore the recoil. You must be vigilant, as this means they can...
Are there even worse enemies out there? None of my attacks have
Not showing signs of pain doesn't mean... And careful what you wish for. The Citadel is full of mist. And one more thing. Some enemies can recover while you're in the middle of your comp. Some can parry your next strike, cutting short your chain of attacks.
I see more and more the benefit of sending the enemy up in the air whenever that's possible.
But you know that's not always possible. A warrior who throws himself into the
It's not the first time I've heard.
The goal is to structure combat. Your dodges, backwards and forward. Your last strike in a ground combination does not allow the... You can also end your combination early with a jump. While in the air, you can dodge by doing... Jumping while chaining attacks. Parrying is the best defense against a head. Not all attacks can be parried. If you're attacked from both sides, escaping is your best. Parrying and dodging are not unique to us, Sargon. You already know this well, how recovering your balance after a successful dodge, the odds are in your favor.
I could do this.
Attacking from behind is also advantageous. careful against fast foes. They may...
Only if they can match my...
You can kick while sprinting to propel the enemy
And to make a loud and...
Sprinting allows you to close the distance.
Artaban, I want to perfect my parrying technique.
The art of parrying requires perfect timing. Get ready to parry. As you may have discovered, do be vigilant. Some moves give you better opportunities to... Few enemies are able to recover from your...
Actually, I named them Downburst.
Whatever you say.
I wish I could
You know that's impossible. Fortunately, your senses are sharp.
This isn't the whole day's lesson.
There is a lesson in every fate. That's what you get when you miss up. Getting hit this way is particularly dangerous. And your Athra...
Well...
Athra, the everlasting blade. It's the flame that gives its presence and blessed by discerning the cadence of Athra's flow. Athra bestows stability and Sargon. Your Athra burns brighter with the...
Athra Surge.
Get in position and... Conversely, taking riskier actions, such as parrying and launching, try to parry this enemy, and see how fast you can get. Keep in mind that dodging is safer, but it will not build up Athra. Let's talk about the Athra Surge. Since it has dodging properties, it's ideal for counterattack. It's useful for breaking down defenses, and can... Every warrior prides themselves on developing their ultimate technique. Keep in mind that Athra ignites the soul, great harnessing and charging its strength. Fine work. You now know all the basics. Don't forget, you can always visit for a training session. If you learn new moves, perhaps we can figure out together.
Welcome.